I think everyone should work in fast food, just for a month. I think it's really humbling to work in a place that everyone either hates or loves, depending on how they feel. I worked at a custard shop that also served food like hot dogs and sandwiches. Just if you didn't know, custard is a type of ice cream that is made colder but served warmer than ice cream. It's also made with eggs. Anyways, working at this place or any fast food place, you can either see the best in people or the worst. You can be berated and yelled at by one customer, then the one behind them apologizes and asks if you're okay. They also change their mind every second when they order their food, despite them having looked at it for like 15 minutes. Like, hey, can you hurry it up? We're closing in 1 minute. You've been staring at the menu for the past 30 minutes. One time, I had a customer actually look at the menu for 15 minutes and ordered our largest cup of custard, which had 5 scoops, all out of chocolate, and wanted chocolate toppings on it. Later, they said they didn't like it, and guess what? We remade it into something else they wanted. They had already eaten half of their first order. I know what you did, and you know who you are. We also had this one day out of the year, which I now fear and dread. They have this day where they have their entire menu half off and their hot dogs at $1. It was a way to thank the customers. I hated it. It was 12 hours with a 30-minute break. At least they were nice enough to ask if we wanted it split into 2 or all in one break. The first time I did it, I was in pain. The constant flow of people wanting hot dogs and food took a toll on my body. I felt like I had aged 20 years. Everyone on staff had to work. You had no choice. You had to be dying or had the plague to not work that day. The second time, I felt fine, but that day, everyone asked if I was okay since it looked like I was about to puke. I had no idea what they were talking about since I felt fine, but they all said I looked pale and sick. Our 12-hour shift always went longer since we had to help every customer in line, even if they went into that line past the time we were supposed to close. I hated this role. Anyways, we always did our best to make the customers happy. Of course, we didn't have the customers always right plaque, because they're not. They don't know how the restaurant works, they don't know what happens at the kitchen, and they definitely don't know that they're understaffed or not. This is the part where I think people should learn about. When you have to do your best for little pay just for people to yell at you for something they didn't like, really shapes a person. Because whenever I go to any fast food, I'm understanding and know they're busy. Don't worry, I understand your pain. But that still doesn't mean I'm okay with waiting 30 minutes. I don't get upset, and the most upset I'd be is just giving a mean look. But never yell, since that won't get my food to me faster. I'm also too awkward to speak up. But what I don't understand are people that do yell. Like, I know people that have fast food as their first ever job, and I think people like that are understanding of other fast food workers when they go get food. At least I am. But why yell? You're yelling at this poor kid who's just trying to go home and deal with the homework afterwards. Have they never worked in fast food before? I think people look down on fast food too much and take it for granted. So to all those that work at fast food places, I thank you for making my food, and just know I understand the pain and struggles.